So, hey guys, Chauzu here. Today we're going to talk about a patch that happened to Grand Voyage Boratier. This has been a relatively small issue in the community. I think it's only been a big deal in my own Discord, but we're kind of tryhards, especially in regards to Grand Voyage. But yeah, let's check the message we got from Bandai a few days ago. It says here that there was a known error with Grand Voyage Mihawk, where the enemy will not trigger certain interruption action during Battle 5. And thankfully, sarcasm detector, this has been fixed now. Okay, so let's see what has been fixed. I've already tried this out, but I'll do another run so you can see for yourself. But yeah, the thing is that when Mihawk released and we read the guide, we kind of assumed that Chainlock Special's final stage will not be allowed if you read the text. Like if it says here that it interrupts all chain multiplier boosts. And we did read this like, yeah, that's probably Chainlock 2. But then someone tested it, Chainlock didn't interrupt, and it was like, oh, they just mean chain boosts. Okay. But yeah, they have fixed this now. So chain locks are also affected. So let's try and rerun my most recent team. It was a pretty cool team. It uses all of the Halloween legends, the OG batch. It also uses Kisna Brook as a sub and Zoro friend captain. If you've not seen one of these teams before, it's a style of teams I've invented, I guess, that doesn't use Roger and Whitebeard, which was initially just a cool challenge, but this particular team actually turned out to be pretty legit. I know a few people who did their first clear with this team, so that made me happy to see. But yeah, let me just run it through so you can see it again. And while doing this, I'll talk a bit about why this disappoints me. Firstly, this is a super late fix. Like, if they fixed this like day one, like, sure, okay. You didn't like this, you fixed it, we can live with it. But, like, they waited so long to fix such a thing. Like, I don't think that's okay, personally. Either fix it right away or let it be. Another thing that really annoys me that we'll look later is that it doesn't really kill the best teams. This kills some fun teams that are very niche, not really good. They are just cool. So basically just killing cool teams. And if you know me, you know why I will be unhappy about that. Another thing that annoys me that we'll also look at later is that it's not like they do this to force you to use a level limit break legend like Fuji, for example. But the best unit still that does chain lock is the treasure map Rare Recruit Zoro that you can pull every single treasure map. So it's like, it doesn't really make this Grand Voyage require more investment. You just need to wait until you pull one particular treasure map Rare Recruits that reruns once every month. It's just so dumb. Yeah, I don't really get it. Because that treasure map Rare Recruit Zoro is so good for this stage. He handles like everything. And you also got that chain lock for final stage. And there's a pretty good chain lock. It's a 3.25 times chain lock. And this team goes with a different approach. We're using this Brook for a chain lock. And he has a lower chain lock. It's like 3 times chain lock. But the other strat we're using with this team is that we're going to stall one turn here. Going to take some damage here. Law has Beppo support. So we remove the damage threshold with that. Take some damage just to get low HP. This buffs Law's, or it buffs the team stats from Law's Sailor. Shira support to handle the poison. And yeah, we just use all the Halloween units here. We get all the attack boosts, ore boost, and color affinity for the final 2 stages. Hit with Law first, remove of the damage threshold. And yeah, super easy kill as you can see. And yeah, the way this team works now is that you use Ray League to remove the bind and the spear with white to base support. Then you just use Brook, and all it does is give that chain lock. You need a chain lock. We do have a chain boost, but with the decreased chain debuff we get, it's nowhere near enough damage. So yeah, before using Brook special was fine, but obviously with the patch now, it's no longer fine. And Mihawk is going to screw us over. And it's just sad to see. This team worked a few days ago. Now it doesn't work anymore. It's a pretty good team. It's just so unnecessary. No reason to do this. No, nothing else to do than quit. So in total, 2 teams I made doesn't work anymore. This is the only one that was legit. The other one was basically a meme team using KILLED and some other pretty bad unit like Wista, I think it was. Doesn't sound that great, and it wasn't, but it was a cool team. Doesn't work anymore. And yeah, sorry friend captain, of course. And yeah, we're going to look at some units that don't work anymore. Out of these, 3 have been able to beat the Grand Voyage. Mihawk, Brook, and KILLED. It is KILLED, right? I'm not saying the wrong name. Yeah, oh, it's KILLED. I'm doing that mistake again. I'm saying KILLED because of Pokemon. I did the exact same mistake in the original video. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah. So, KILLED, Brook, and Mihawk have beaten this Grand Voyage. Mihawk was not with me. I think it was one in my Discord. If it was Antonin or Nitro Sage, whatever. Both of them are really good team builders anyway. So. And yeah. Shanks and Beckman will be cool to beat with. Now they've never been able to do that, but they will still struggle currently because, yeah, you do kind of need to use Ray League to final stage. And Big Mom, good on paper. The main issue with Big Mom, of course, is that she is not Slasher in any of her other forms, which makes it hard to get to the final stage. But yeah, none of these work anymore anyway, so... But let's look at some units that do work. The 2 main ones to use are Fuji. I wouldn't say Fuji is the best. He's definitely intended to be used. The main issue with Fuji is that he does Ormanip, which you're not really allowed to use stage 4. You have to use 2 Ormanip specials then, which is not always feasible. So the best unit really is this Sorrow. Not only does he give a chain lock, but he also handles the damage threshold and paralysis, which are both present. So he's just super good to use. Like, if you have him, there's really no reason not to use him for this Grand Voyage. Another thing is that chain lock supports are also allowed. I've tried a few of these. The one I tried the most was Shiryu. I might revisit that later, but I lack the stats. When I level limit break my V1 Ray, I will probably have enough damage to make the team work. The main issue is that I probably forgotten about the team. But yeah, the cool thing with Shiryu is that this is the Colosseum Shiryu, I think. He is basically useless with his special. What makes him good is that he does reduce special bind for the whole crew. And that's a big deal. And of course, when you use his special, you get the Blackbeard support. So you get that 2.75 times chain lock that goes through interrupts. So that's the main reason to use that Shiryu. Bibro made a team with Komu. I did also consider doing it, but then I tried other stuff, and then Bibro did the Komu team, so I was like, yeah, we're skipping that. I did another team with Komu, but without the Sanji. But yeah, Komu is pretty good. It's like another variant of Law. With the resilience, so getting resilience final stage is nice, and of course with the Trashman Recruit Sanji that has never rerun, you also get that 2.75 times chain lock that goes through interrupts, so very dope. And another option that is probably not very feasible right now is to run some Slasher Powerhouse that does damage, because then you can use the rogue support to get a 2.5 times chain lock. And believe me, using 2.75 times chain lock already requires a lot of damage. 2.5 times is rough, but like I'm currently talking from the perspective of not using Ruddy Whitebeard, and if you just use them, you probably get the extra damage you need. We'll see. I'll probably make a video trying out some of these supports, see if we can succeed in using them. But yeah, there's plenty of teams using Fuji and Zoro, one with Como, so we'll see if we can get it so Blackbeard and the Rogue support also beats Grand Voyage Mihawk, because sadly with this change, there's not many cool variants to try out anymore. I was hyped to do more Mihawk teams, now that hype has gone down a bit sadly. And this, as said, just so dumb, because even with this change, Zoro is still the best unit. He's not a rare unit. You get him eventually. It just makes team building more boring, and boring is always bad. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.